Welcome everybody welcome everybody to Astro-Ascension Tarot, and we are doing free live tarot readings. And with me, I have special guest, Dr. Mystical here alongside the ride here for the free readings.
Hey everybody, nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
So if you want to introduce yourself a bit, talk about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, friends. So my name is Dr. Mystical. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook at Dr. Mystical. That's me. I have a Facebook group over there as well called The Gathering. And you're welcome to join me. You're absolutely welcome in the community. We're just having a lot of fun together. I've been reading tarot on YouTube for not on YouTube for terribly long, but doing live readings through Facebook for the last 4 or 5 years, and before that, I've been a practicing and working medium in diviner and paranormal investigator and all sorts of fun things for more years than I care to admit. So probably closer to 10 or 15 years. But this is where it's at, man. This is where it's at. And I'm just glad to be here and glad to be having some fun with you. So thank you for inviting me. And I've got tea, so I've got a little orange cinnamon tea.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
I have all right, so we'll get started on the collective now. So welcome everybody, Tiffany, Forrest, Kitty, Judy. How are you guys doing today?
And there's Claudia. She's my moderator extraordinaire. She's been with the channel since the very beginning over on Facebook. So
welcome, Claudia, to the Astro-Ascension Tarot community. Glad to have you on here. So, what's going on with the energy for December 2nd, 2020? Any message you have for spirit? Any message you have, spirit, for December 2nd, 2020? All right. So here's what I'm getting for the astrology of this collective here. So I see with the North Node in Sagittarius is that we are kind of like we have to go towards freedom. We're really focused on freedom. We're focused on optimism, focused on the future here. So where we want to go in the future, and focus on the distant future here. So that's what I see here with the North Node in Sagittarius, and this energy is happening in the 3rd house. So it does show that we have to expand our mind. We have to expand our logic here, expand communication, talk to many people here, and do all that stuff. Like just connect with all other people here and communicate to them. So now let's see what's happening with the tarot in the collective here. All right, so I have the back of the deck energy here as the Queen of Chalices reversed. So it shows that we're struggling with some emotions here. That we're struggling with our emotions. We're struggling to be receptive towards other people here. With the Queen of Chalices reversed. So it shows that we're struggling with emotions here. Now, with the Seven of Chalices, it does show that we have, like what I said about North Node in Sagittarius, is that our options are out in the open. That we have all these options out in the open towards us, and and we can go towards these possibilities here, with the Seven of Chalices. Six of Pentacles, I do see that we are learning to give and receive here. So doing exchanges here. Some of us are going through exchanges here, but with the Five of Pentacles being connected, being clarifying the Six of Pentacles, I do see that we're going to be doing too much giving. So we're gonna be losing money instead of gaining money coming in, with this collective here. So some of you are giving too much money, giving too much money away, and you need to really step back and not give so much, because if you give too much, you're going to end up in Five Pentacles energy. You're going to end up with Five Pentacles energy here. So now we have the Six of Chalices. So once we do that, but so I do see that some of you are having financial issues at the moment. There is a lot of financial issues going on at the moment with the Five Pentacles here. So after that, with the Six of Chalices, I do see that we are going to heal from that, and that we are going to recover from that, and find some solace in that. So that's what I see here with the Six of Chalices here. So I do see that we are also nostalgic and looking towards the past here, towards the past with the Six of Chalices here. Now, overall, with the Emperor, I do see that we are going towards what we want, and we are being more we're being more ambitious and going towards after we want. So I do see that we are definitely taking action, that we should take action and go towards those actions. So that is the collective. Now I'll pass it on to Dr. Mystical.
There we go. And unmute. Like the loud shuffling while you were talking probably wasn't that's not cool. So just kind of like just extending here what the collective reading. We got 10 of Crystals, 4 of This is the Spirit Song Tarot, by the way, if you're curious about what the deck is. So we've got, which is Claudia's favorite deck. She loves this deck. 10 of Crystals, 4 of Feathers, the Moon, and the Magician. So we've got a couple of majors down here at the end, and I think some of the 10 of Crystals talks a little bit about that sense of stability, that sense of trying to achieve something. So the messaging across the bottom says stability and attainment. But the 10 of Crystals, which would be the 10 of Pentacles, is that sense of stability and that sense of being careful with your pentacles, careful with your crystals, so that you can sort of build that life. So to what you were saying, Austin, right? We got to be mindful of what we're doing, mindful of what we're spending. Otherwise, we're going to end up on the outside of our resources, and that's and whatever that resource is. So it could be money, absolutely, time, money, energy, any of those things. And then we kind of just start to focus in on a little bit of some of the things. Once we can get our money stable, or what are some of the things that kind of are our energy stable or our resources stable? What are some of the things we should be thinking about and working on? 4 of Feathers, which would be the 4 of Swords, which is about sanctuary. It's about rest. It's about peace. It's about tranquility. You can see our little bear curled up and hibernating here. So with money under control, we can rest a little bit easier. We can focus in on the important things of imagination and creation, right? The Moon and the Magician. And so when things are kind of stable in our life, that's when we're able to kind of access that sense of magic, working with the moon energy and working with our imagination and seeing the world maybe the way that we need to be seeing the world to develop some creation, no matter what it is. I love the little crow on creation here. So we'll just quick and dirty group reading.
Yes, that is collective now. Now we will open up the chat to questions, and I do see that we have one donation already from Tiffany. I did get that, Tiffany. So I will get to your question first, and you donated $3. All right, Tiffany. Well, my kids and I moved closer towards the coast in 2021 after getting my stuff together. Thank you both so much. All right. So, well, Tiffany's kids and her moved closer towards the coast in 2021 after getting her stuff together. So, what is the astrology of the situation? Spirit. Oh, that's awesome interview. Did I influence you into that getting that deck, or did you do that on your own? Okay. So here's what I'm seeing with the astrology of the situation with the Sun in Taurus. I do see that there is that you definitely are focused on the stability of where you're going at the moment with the Sun in Taurus here. So it shows that you're focused on the security of moving towards this coast. You'll feel a bit more peaceful. I do see that you're focused on the aesthetics of moving towards the coast here. So it's going to be aesthetic for you. It's going to be something that pleases the senses and is going to be sensual for you. I don't mean sensual in the fact of sex. I don't mean it in the fact of like of sex here, but I'm just saying that this is going to be something that is that is pretty much aesthetic for you. So something that pleases your senses here. And I know when you move closer to the coast, it is going to be aesthetically pleasing for you. So that's what the Sun in Taurus, and it's in the 11th house. So I do see that that this will help you gain more connections in your life. So this is a good thing here. So you're just wanting more security in friendship and more groundedness in your friendships here with the Sun in Taurus in the 11th house. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as the Page of Wands. So it does show that this is definitely going to be a fresh start for you, a fresh new start coming in with the Page of Wands. However, with the Two of Pentacles, you do need to get your stuff together here. It shows that you're putting your stuff into balance here. So there is that balance coming in. Now with the Knight of Chalices, I do see that somebody's going to help you move closer towards the coast here, and that person is somebody younger and is a water sign. So this person could be a Cancer. This person could be a Scorpio or a Pisces here.
Oh, those Pisces, they're a mess.
So that's yeah. So that's what I see here with the Knight of Chalices, and I do see that you're going to be moving. You're going to be moving with somebody that is like romantic towards you with the Knight of Chalices. Now, with the Magician, it does show that you have the ability to move closer to the coast. So it shows that you're going to make that happen. You're going to manifest this. You're manifesting this right now. You're manifesting moving towards the coast here, because the full moon is behind. The full moon is behind this man that is doing the creation. That is doing the creating here. So I do see that you are manifesting this at the moment, and you are wanting to go towards this. Go towards the coast here with the Magician here. So now with the Page of Chalices reversed, however, there's gonna be a lack of this there's gonna be a lack of communication coming in, emotional communication coming in, more of like there is this somberness of leaving the other home here. So you're going to be a bit sad after leaving here, but overall with the Fool, I do see that you are going to move closer towards the coast in 2021 after getting your stuff together. So hope this resonated with you, Tiffany, and thank you for your question, and also thank you for your donation.
Hey, Tiffany, Spirit wants me to focus in a little bit about getting your poop in a group. Like, that's what Spirit wants me to focus in on. So you want to talk about, it sounds like the move to the coast is imminent, but what is it going to take to kind of get there, right? So magic's one thing, but with all magic, you need to do the work, right? A wish, you can't, my grandmother always used to say, wish in one hand, poop in the other one. See which one gets filled up first. So you gotta be willing to do some of the work. So what's it going to take for you to get your poop in a group, and so that the move for you is more successful? Hey, Tarot Oracle. So Tarot Oracle, I gotta tell you, I almost pulled Waterfall Tarot for today to use. I almost did. But I got another project for it. So, all right. So what do you need to focus on, Tiffany? We got the 10 of feathers, 5 of feathers, 8 of crystals, ace of feathers. So all of this, like the feathers is swords, right? So I want you to think about feathers as swords, crystals as pentacles, and let's kind of walk through what we've got. I'd move my head, but I can't. I can put it over top of my head, but it doesn't work like that. So 10 of feathers, right? So so again, we're focusing on a little bit about what you need to do to get your poop in a group, get your stuff together, right? So the 10 of feathers is about recovery and transformation, right? You got to get right. You got to get right here. You got to get right here, right? You got to kind of move to that place of kind of being in that, getting out of the traumas and the dramas and dealing with those things. Is maybe not a completion, although the 10 of feathers would suggest that there's a little bit more completion than not completion, right? If you think, well, maybe this is good enough, that the 10 of feathers would say you need to push a little bit further, because anything else, right, is that snake that you can't quite see. So you got to focus in on your recovery, your transformation, getting your poop in a group. So that's what Spirit wanted me to focus on, and that's the first card they pulled. So what it really looks at, like 5 of feathers talks about building a plan, getting a strategy together. How are you going to navigate this recovery? How are you going to navigate getting your things in order and making this move possible emotionally, spiritually, mentally? You got to have a strategy, and you got to have, I think the resilience aspect of the armadillo on the card really talks about what's going to happen if when something goes off the rails. So I don't know if you've ever moved before, but nothing ever goes the way you expect it to go. Something will happen. I'm looking at you, budget rent a truck. And so You got to have some backup plans. And so some of that is going to be, yeah, absolutely get yourself right emotionally, spiritually, mentally, but start building the physical plan for that move and kind of get things going. And so, so the Eight of Crystals is really, again, kind of echoes this, right? So it is resources, absolutely, but it's dedication and it's making that progress. So it just, if you hit a hurdle here, right, having the right plan is going to build in that resilience, is going to build in the dedication of the cause. You already heard from Austin, right? The move for you is imminent. The move's going to happen. How are you going to get there? Right? That's what the plan is for, having backup plans. And when things don't go wrong, how are you going to deal with those so that the move doesn't kind of pull you away from the objective? But ultimately what happens in this move, with the move that Austin signaled, getting your poop in a group like the cards are showing, is this Ace of Feathers, this new outlook on things. Nice little fun little billy goat here, but it talks about, you having that kind of new perspective, that clarity that comes with living near large bodies of water, that clarity that comes with restarting your life and moving in that right direction. I got dice too, but they're not astrology dice. They're just going to have to be my dice. So some of the things, I don't know. He said it was going to be a sensual move, and then he said, but not sexually sensual. And I was like, well, that's a bummer, man. That's, although sex on the beach, right? Like, it seems romantic, but I'm telling you, sand can find its way into places. And so, so we've got the airship, we've got the blimp, which talks about that move, that journey. So this echoes exactly what Austin said, that you are going on a journey. And then you see the plague mask, and we should all be wearing a mask, because masks are science as well as spiritual health, right? Threefold rule. We don't want things to come back on us. And so you got the mask in these dice talks about protection. And so that protection is the plan, that protection is the backup plan, so that you can keep going. But ultimately, yeah, maybe that mental clarity, maybe it's that Piscean friend over there that Austin signaled that. So maybe that move is going to be a little bit more about that sensuality, that kind of experience of the senses and being there. But the corset signifies intimacy, sensuality, and sexuality. So maybe part of this kind of restart for you is also a restart for you in the romantic, intimate department. So we'll leave that kind of like, if you can get all of what he's got going on and then all of these, this is what's going to be the outcome for you. So, some fantasies should stay fantasies. Right. I don't know what that. I disagree. You should be working on those.
Oh my god! Wow, Kitty. All right. Okay, so we have Natural Beauty just donated for 2 questions. Where did you donate to? PayPal or Cashapp? Well, let me just
And thanks, Kitty. Yeah, no, subscribe. Come on, have some fun.
It's
poor Tiffany. I think I scared her away. Maybe she's already packing. We don't know.
Tiffany. All things go here in this channel. All things go. I gotta check.
Having weird deja vu. The PayPal, she says. Oh, to the PayPal.
Okay, PayPal.
Yes, right. I will check. Good advice, Kitty. No sand sex. It seems nice. It does, but you're not going to make a pearl. You're going to make an infection. That's how that goes.
No sand down the coochie.
That's right. Or anywhere else for that matter. It's just.
Waiting for my PayPal to load up. Maybe I should just like do this on my. Okay, so I got $7. So you get 2 questions. You get 2 questions. All right. So post your question. Natural beauty.
Right, Kristen. Right, Kristen. It's itchy. It's, and then later you're like, damn, I thought I got all that sand taken care of, but you didn't. You never did. Yeah,
Yes, you
yeah.
can.
Natural beauty. Ask the question.
All right, we're waiting on you.
Yeah, that's a. StreamYard has been laggy for the last like week, I think.
Yeah, it's been giving me problems as well.
Right, Kristen. I mean, how do you explain that? Although I'll bet if you showed up, I mean, one, you shouldn't want to go to the hospital right now anyway. But if you did show, I'll bet that if you go to a hospital in a beach community, I'm betting they've had this before once or twice. This like already this week, like
Right.
somebody's like, I don't know what's wrong.
All right, natural beauty. Will Candace respond to my Facebook message if I message her? Will Candace respond to Natural Beauty's Facebook message if she messages her? Will Candace respond to Natural Beauty's Facebook message if she messages her? All right. All right. So here. All right. So here's what I'm seeing with the astrology of this situation is that you do need to do some. You do need to go through some self-improvement at the moment with the Neptune in Virgo. So it shows that there's this stirrup in the way that this friendship is working between you and Candace here. So on this connection between you and Candace here, so it shows that there needs to be improvement in this connection here. So that's what I see here with the Neptune in Virgo here. So and it's in the first house. So really, you have to do that you really have to self improve and do that improvement upon yourself. In order for that connection to work out here. In order for her to respond to you. So that's what the Neptune, so that's what the astrology here. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as the Ace of Chalices. I do see that you definitely have this emotional connection to Candace here. There is that emotional connection between both of you, and And I see a lot of emotions coming in with the Ace of Chalices. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I do see that there's going to be that opportunity coming in. So she is opening that door to the opportunity towards towards responding back to you. You are offering her the opportunity here. I do see with the Ten of Swords is that this connection is having a hard time getting itself back together. Trying to I do see that it ended here, and you know that it ended, and that you're trying to like start something back up here. But with the Chariot reverse, I'm not seeing that this is gonna progress into something else. It's not really gonna move into something else at the moment with the Chariot reversed. So there are no moves being made here. Now with the High Priestess, it does show that you have to use your intuition. I think you do know what what is the situation here. So and what you did here. So I do see that you have to like search within yourself and find out what went wrong in this connection, and do some improvement on that. So really use your intuition, use your instincts to really get towards that issue. Now at the five of swords, will she respond to your Facebook message if you message her? I see with the Five of Swords reversed, yes. So it shows that it shows that no longer will there be defeat. I do see that there will be something to gain here, and that the conflict will be resolved if you do all this stuff. So so I do see that conflict will be resolved here. So hope this clarifies for you, Natural Beauty, and thank you for your question.
All right. What's going on with Natural Beauty? So it sounds like you're getting like a call. So like it sounds like you're going to get the communication wheel and the Chariot in reverse though. That's kind of where I was. That's where my energy kind of got drawn to. Like why, what's going to happen? Like that to me is like not moving ahead. Right. So it's like, yeah, we'll open that door, but what happens then? That Chariot in reverse seems to stop me. So that's what I want to focus on. I'm not going to read. I'm not going to do that. All right. So we got some goodness. We got some goodness for you. We got goodness for you. Oops. All right. And I'm just going to fuss with these cards until I'm just totally fussed out with them. And then I'm going to do it again. All right. So Six of Feathers, Two of Crystals, the World, and the Page of Crystals. So crystals, again, right with this deck, crystals are your pentacles, feathers are your swords. The World, of course, is one of the majors. And so let's take a look at what's going on with that sort of, the door is open, but it's not like things are got to move maybe not as quickly as maybe you'd like them to move. So what are some of the things you need to pay attention to inside this relationship that you have? Six of Feathers talks about this sense of transition and insight, and we got that from the High Priestess, right? We got that sense of focusing in on insight and intuition and sense of self, but recognize that there is a transition maybe in the nature of that relationship, that maybe it's not as like rev the engines, go forward as it used to be. Maybe that Chariot in reverse is slowing things down and signifying to you a transition in that relationship. And that's what the Six of Swords or Six of Feathers is kind of signifying. What does that kind of look like for you, and how does that how does that relationship evolve? We have the Two of Crystals, which talks about balance and adaptability, the World with fulfillment and celebration, and the Page of Crystals of the ideas and discipline. So ultimately, I think this is almost kind of the long road, right? So where things might have been moving really quickly with the Chariot, if the Chariot were upright, right before the messaging stopped, or before you kind of felt before you had this lull in your conversation, right? The Chariot in reverse signifies a change, and the Six of Feathers says the same thing. There's a transition happening in this relationship. So yeah, she might be getting back to you, but here's where the slowdown happens. But we're going to get it back on track. But here's where the slowdown happens. With the Two of Crystals, we're talking about balance and adaptability. Hey, look, things weren't quite going the way that I thought they were going to go. I need to pull back a little bit. Things might have been lopsided or asymmetrical. Maybe I'm just feeling a little bit kind of, maybe feeling a little bit of pandemic woe, right? There's a lot of things that might be kind of on your and Candace's mind that signifies there's a need for a little bit more balance. Things were going maybe a little bit too far. We had to slow things down and kind of move back and let me think about it. I think the Two of Crystals is that fluidity, right? Is that trying to find that balance, but also that sort of sense of, I just got to think about this a little bit more. I just got to kind of bring it in and think about it and understand a little bit more about how it can bring me to the world, right? How can it bring me to this sense of fulfillment? How can it be good for me in my life? How can it keep rolling things along? I think Candace just needs to see how these things fit. And I think this Chariot in reverse from Austin also tells you that you shouldn't be pushing that. You shouldn't be pushing, telling Candace how it fits, why it fits, how it should go. Like, I think this is about Candace and what she needs right now. And I didn't mean to generalize her, what Candace needs right now. And so, but the world, right, that's the nature of what's going on the other side of this conversation for you, is like, how does this relationship between you and Candace, how does the partnership kind of meet these needs, right? We got to find some balance. We got to figure out what needs to be done so that there can be this sense of fulfillment and this sense of the world kind of turning forward. Once that happens, and I also get a sense that will happen for you, that's when the Page of Crystals or the Page of coins or whatever, pentacles, coins, money, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to call it crystals for now. That's when I think this gets right back on track. That's when you hit your groove again, right? When you're generating ideas and you're working together and you're in partnership once again. The Page of Crystals kind of talks a little bit about just kind of a reigniting of that, but it's absolutely part of like Candace needing to kind of pull back and get a sense of herself and how this partnership fulfills what's going on. Yeah, she absolutely. Yeah, I mean, so we roll the dice, we get a sense of, part of that transition is the pilot's wings, like airplane pilots, where we even might not know what airplanes are anymore, but they're the people who are taking all our money. So I have an opinion, but this is about leadership and direction, and maybe you were pushing a little bit hard and Candace needs to pull a little bit back again. And this, the goggles represents vision, clarity. Again, we talked about that, right? This nice just validation that Candace needs to have some vision and clarity and really see this fine mustachioed gentleman here. This is about brand, identity, style. She needs to see how this partnership fits into that so that she can move ahead. I think ultimately she will. And so that's that first question. And then what was those? What's the second question? Should I tell Candace how I feel about her, how I miss her, truly liked her, and if she could tell me what I did? I really don't know where I went wrong. Yeah, I almost feel like I answered that question just a smidge, right?
Yeah.
But that's okay, because this is specific, right? You got to get specific with magic.
Yeah. All right. Should Candace should I tell Candace about how I feel about her, how I miss her and truly liked her, and if she could tell me what I did? Should Candace should Natural Beauty tell Candace how she feels about her, and how she feels about how she misses her and truly likes her? And if she could tell me what she did.
There's more to it too. She said. So she's saying things were a little confusing. Coworkers, flirty coworkers, right? Joke and laugh, and then try to send her Facebook request and send her a message off some different dating apps, and things fell apart. Oh, that's tough. That's hard, man. That's hard. You put your love out there. It's tough sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So here's what I'm seeing in this situation. In this situation with the astrology natural beauty is that with the Mars in Taurus is that the security between you both was really shaken up. So it felt like it felt like there was an earthquake. There was an earthquake here. So there was an earthquake towards this connection here. So the connection was pretty unstable here with the Mars and Taurus here. And it's in the ninth house, so it really affects your your overall positivity of this situation. And where this heads. So the spiritual part of this connection here, with the ninth house. So that's with the astrology. Now let's see what's happening with the tarot. I do see the back of the deck energy here as the Ten of Wands reverse. So this is Candace's energy here. Coming in, I see that she feels like there is a release. That she feels like the stress has like pulled off of her. You kind of like were putting too much burden on her, so now she needs to do some releasing and surrendering to God. Those burdens that she felt here. With the Ten of Chalices, and now it's reversed. So it shows that she is shows that she's doing the releasing, and feels like it feels like she wants to move on. Five of Chalices shows that you generally do miss her. I do see that you generally miss her, and that you definitely want her back. So I do see that you went through some loss here. Now with Temperance reversed, I do see that things are definitely shaken up, definitely stirred up. No balance in this situation coming in. So really, you need to get yourself back into order here. With Temperance reverse, because she wants that balance. Right now, you're not offering that balance for her. So so it shows that things have definitely shaken up here. Now with the Emperor, I do see that you're coming off too strong to her. And I do see that you need to like back off. And definitely slow things down. Stop trying to take control of the situation here. Stop trying to take control and just like lean back and let Candace go her own way. Now with the Six of Pentacles, I do see that you need to naturally let this happen. She will eventually come to you, and that there will be communication. That there will be an exchange of communication coming in, an exchange of energy coming in, with the Six of Pentacles. So it shows that it's going to happen. Now, in terms of should you tell Candace how you feel about her, I would say with the King of Wands reverse, no. You shouldn't tell Candace how you feel about her, because she is right now kind of there. There's too much fire coming in, and right now, she doesn't want to lose the control, and it feels like you're in too much control of this situation. So it shows that you need to back off and let her go a bit, and just go with the flow here. Let everything go with the flow. Temperance reverse shows that you should let everything go with the flow and bring things back into balance. calm down a bit and just let go and do some releasing. So that's so hope that resonates with you, Natural Beauty, and thank you for your question. Thank you for your donation.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, that's kind of where this whole line of questioning has been kind of leading, right? Is just that sense of, something has changed in the nature of the relationship, and it's time to just kind of let it go. So, what are some of the things that you need to be working on, right? There's that whole notion of, will she tell you what you did wrong? Maybe there's nothing that you did wrong, but let's find out. One of the things I kind of guide people on in terms of asking tarot questions is around kind of like, don't work magic on other people, work magic on you, right? Work magic on you. And that's where you need to focus in on some of it. And so let's take a look at what's going on. So we have the Empress, we have the Hermit, we have the Queen of Acorns, we have the Five of Feathers, which we saw earlier for somebody, for Tiffany, I think. So I think this kind of echoes exactly what Austin's talking about, the Empress and the Hermit, that things are going to be alone for a while right now, right? The Hermit is all about contemplation. It's about wisdom. It's about finding some peace in that solitude, right? A little bit of release on your own and figuring things out for yourself and where things need to be. But it's not a dig on who you are at all, right? The Empress talks about abundance. It talks about beauty. It talks about fruitfulness. It talks about growth. It talks about all sorts of wonderful things. And Natural Beauty, very much, that's your energy. You're kind of the Empress energy. And so this isn't a dig on you, right? Remember, I talked about, like, this is maybe just kind of in the last reading where Candace kind of needs to be right now. But what do you need to be working on in order to open yourself up for love, in order to bring your heart around for love? And that is that sort of recognizing of abundance and beauty and focusing in on yourself, that sense of contemplation and soul searching, being contemplative and introspect. The Queen of Acorns, right, then starts to, once you kind of get into this place, you're going to find yourself moving your energy into a couple different directions. The Queen of Acorns energy, acorns will be wands. The Queen of Acorns energy, right, this is all about creativity and doing and working on your art projects and expressing yourself through these more creative, passionate avenues. Now, that could also very much mean that there's a new love or new love interest in your life, and maybe through this kind of soul searching and recognition of beauty and abundance that you open yourself up again for love. The Queen of Acorns around passion and creativity, but really kind of being who you are and not necessarily worrying about whether Candace comes back around. Just like Austin said, right? Give this a little bit of space and allow yourself to kind of be open to what love kind of happens for you. And the Five of Feathers just gives you that sense of being resilient. I'm not going to focus on strategy or planning, but that sense of resilience that as maybe you do some shadow work here in the Hermits to kind of figure out the things that are going on in your life that you need to address and the things that are happening. Will she tell you what some of those are? Maybe she might, but it's not to become defensive, right? That's input into the process. Set your intentions on learning more about how you are in relationships so that you can kind of work to make those improvements. And that's where you're absolutely going to see, like Austin talked about, you got to kind of not be so pushy. Like, you got to don't push so hard. You got to let go, but that's okay, right? Here's that change and here's that transition. The relationship between you and Candace right now, as others have said, right, it is in a place of transition. We saw that before. The butterfly talks about metamorphosis and change. That's for both the relationship, but I think also for you in the Hermit, right? Going through that change process. And the key represents openings and opportunities. That's where you're going to start to see some openings towards love, maybe with Candace, maybe with somebody else, but certainly love for yourself and love in your life. And that's when you're going to be able to kind of come back around and take a little bit more control and take a little bit more leadership and direction I think in your life. I think the whole time you are, but maybe this is more about kind of making some corrections, and this is more about kind of leading in very positive ways. But, be in charge of your own flight, be in charge of your own life, be in charge of your own heart, and give Candace's energy to the universe. Let Candace be who she wants to be. So hopefully that makes sense.
Right. So we got a donation from Interviews. So let me pick a Interviews question. Interview, can you post your question again if you're here? There it is. I found it. All right. Interview says, am I ready to make a restaurant for people with food allergies? Is Interview ready to make a restaurant for people with food allergies?
In a pandemic? Good for you. That alone tells you that you're ready, that you're willing, that you're looking at the situation, you're like, I can do this. That's tenacity. I like that a lot.
So here's what I'm seeing with the astrology of this situation here, with the Jupiter and Scorpio here, is I do see that you are definitely feeling passionate about it. Definitely showing passion towards making this restaurant here, and I do see that it is this intensity here for you to make this restaurant here, and constantly going towards the truth here, and it's in the third house here. So it shows that this is your mind talking. Is that you are passionate about this, and your mind is really focused on this, really focused on making this happen, with the Jupiter in Scorpio here. So now let's see what's going on with the tarot. I have the back of the deck energy here as the 10 of Wands reversed. So it shows that what this restaurant will do will help you do some releasing. Will help you do some will help you release your stress. I do see it's gonna help with that. With the Eight of Swords, however, I see that you're stuck in a rut right now, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to start here. So it feels like you're kind of restricted here. Maybe COVID is doing this restriction here towards making this restaurant here. So really, we need to clear out the COVID. So what this is saying is that we need to lift all the burdens off, all the negative stuff that is helping that is really hindering making this happen here. Now with the Empress, I do see that you do have the passion for this, and I do see that money is going to come in. A lot of money is going to come in here with the Empress here. So growth of finances, going towards stability here, going towards that financial stability. So that's with the Empress. Now with the World reversed. However, you're not gonna feel it's gonna feel like you're missing something here. Constantly you're trying to make this come into completion, come into fulfillment, but you're gonna struggle with that. And the reason why is with the Two of Wands reverse is that you need to make a decision. You need to make a plan and go towards it. So really, I see that you're kind of like indecisive, unable to start, unable to start this restaurant here. So really, you need to get a plan together, and really be able to get this business going with the Two of Wands reverse. Now, overall, are you ready to make a restaurant for people with food allergies? I do see with the Emperor, yes, you should do it. Get a plan together. Start taking charge. Start making connections. Like start doing. The Emperor is all about doing. That Aries energy is coming in. So feel that energy, that Aries energy coming in, and do it. Just do it. In the words of Shia LaBeouf, do it. So hope that resonates with you, interview, and thank you for your question. And
I'm just watching this whole tarot OnlyFans thing because, like, seriously, like I was like, what? Like, I'll be honest that I'm not saying I've thought about starting an OnlyFans, but I do network with readers who are like, maybe that's what I should do. But I'm curious. I never went and did the market research that apparently Kitty's Corner has done. So I appreciate I appreciate Kitty's expertise here. So damn, I guess it's gonna be. I guess that just I'll have to go that extra mile. I'll have to go the extra mile if I start an OnlyFans. Do not follow me on OnlyFans. It's not worth it. All right, so I love this idea. I love it. Oh, that's sweet. I love this. I love the idea of starting a restaurant for food allergies. Please, please, please address dyes and preservatives. That would make my family very happy. And so like, what's some of the plan? Like Austin signaled that there, like, we need to do it, but there is something that's kind of like, we kind of need to go through this kind of amorphous enigma area. So what are some of the things inside that you need to kind of be working on? So maybe it is the pandemic and figuring out how to make this thing work, or, what can you do to kind of move this plan along and work through some of that ambiguity? So we've got the Two of Shells. Shells are going to be cups. In fact, it's all shells. Two of Shells, Seven of Shells, Ace of Shells, and the Star card, right? So again, we saw a little bit of this in Austin's reading as well, and this just echoes that, right? That this is something that it's meant to be, right? This is something that you can kind of align to your spiritual energy, your spiritual guidance, like what your way in the world, and how do you kind of align this effort to a higher purpose beyond you. It's absolutely kind of the marrying of a couple of ideas for you, right? The Two of Shells, this sense of union, this sense of bringing things together. And so this restaurant is absolutely the kind of marrying of two ideas. Maybe it's about serving a need in the community and your passion for cooking, whatever it might be, but it is something you need to kind of focus on. So what are some of the things that you need to kind of you need to kind of work through this ambiguity. So the Seven of Shells is that sort of Seven of Cups, Seven of Chalices, right? It's the card of choices. And so you really do, I think this really talks about being careful about the choices you make. So developing the plan and doing the work and figuring out the market and who's already in that space and what are they doing, and who's already doing this maybe in a different city or different locale, and what do they know and what can they tell you. And so maybe that Emperor energy is about making those contacts so you can make a more informed choice and direction as to what you need to do with this particular restaurant. I think this is also, I'm going to focus in on the lobster, and I'm going to make probably I'm going to make a reader's leap to the moon, and I'm going to say choices are what's going to bite you in the ass. Right? So you got to make sure that you're making the right choices in the business. And I think that's some of the ambiguity that can get cleared up for you by going forward, making a choice to build that plan, talk to the people, figure out what's out there, so that you don't make an investment of love and passion toward the restaurant, but then end up getting bit in the ass for it. Everybody be like, well, that's a great idea. Too bad it didn't take off. So study in on some of the choices. And I think when you do that, that's going to be the thing that kind of leads you to that sort of opportunity to create some real happiness for people, right? The Ace of Shells is all about happiness, and it's about opportunities, and it's about openings. Mm-hmm. So I think that there's kind of, at least implicitly, that there is some market opportunity for creating this kind of allergen-free safe haven for people who need to have things a particular way and deserve to have them that way and deserve to be able to go out and have a restaurant experience. The pandemic being on, things shutting down, I think is giving us a pause that I often refer to as the great pause, a pause to get things done right. Because believe me, right, when this is off, all these closed retail, all these things, that's going to create a vast opportunity right here for you to create something for yourself if you can get the planning done. So yes, you should do this. Yes, you should make the wise choices. And yes, that's going to create the opportunity for you. But follow your spirit guidance on this. Follow your intuition, right? Don't just don't just respond to the market. See where the market and your spiritual interests align. If it doesn't have purpose for you, that's going to be a real shame. But yeah, you should absolutely, here's the Emperor energy coming out. So we've got the pilot's wings, which is about taking control. It's about leadership. It's about direction over the work that needs to be done. The gears talk about work. And this fine mustachio gentleman is all about creating the brand, creating the identity, creating kind of the style of this particular restaurant. So that's all Emperor energy coming out for you at the end. So yeah, thanks for the question interview. So if you do dye-free and preservative-free, some preservative-free, my littlest mystical will thank you.
All right. Next question. Let's see.
Kitty's already gearing up a collab on OnlyFans. Hang on a second. Let me just take this button down a little bit.
All right. Alex Sarah am I meant to be a teacher? All right. Is Alex meant to be a teacher?
Her first lesson plan is how to stop being a dumbass. That's funny. Well, I guess you are ready to be a teacher then.
All right, so here's what I'm seeing with the astrology here, Alex, is with the Pluto in Sagittarius, is that you're gonna be doing a lot of transforming here. So you're gonna transform the way that the educational system is, with the Pluto in Sagittarius, and make it so that it's more geared towards teaching towards a student's potential. So I do see that out of you, with the Pluto in Sagittarius. And this is in the fourth house. So really, this was the roots of you, your roots coming in. So you really want to like transform the way that the educational system is run here, with the fourth house. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as the Empress, so it does show that 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 this is your natural element here, being a teacher. Being a teacher here will help you, get you to your natural element here, with the Empress. And I also see that there is going to be money coming in, with the Empress. But with the world reverse, I do see that you're going to be missing something, that that you're not gonna feel fulfilled here. There may be a lack of fulfillment in the finances here. So that's leading to the two of wands, reversed. So shows that you're not really looking towards the future, with this with being a teacher here. So I do see that you're kind of indecisive at the moment, and not really looking towards it, with the two of wands reverse, and making that plan. So shows that you're struggling to make those plans here and plan out your future. With the Emperor, I do see that you'll be on top of the competition, and that you naturally take charge. You naturally take charge of the class. You naturally take charge of your of groups here. You're a leader. You're a leader among the groups here, with the Emperor here. Now at the Six of Pentacles, I do see that there is going to be an exchange of somebody's going to give you that opportunity here, and it's up to you whether you're going to take it or not, with the Six of Pentacles here. Now overall, with the Five of Chalices, are you meant to be a teacher? No, because you are lacking something. You're lacking something that is in regards to being a teacher. So it feels like you're missing a requirement here, and that there is something missing with you, and you're trying to find what is missing and turn that loss into gain here. So hope that resonates with you, Alex, and thank you for your question.
Yeah, it's hard, right? The Empress energy sometimes masquerades as teaching, right? I think sometimes like our caring or nurturing, that sense of abundance in parenting or mothering energy, that kind of the goddess energy sometimes masquerades as teaching. We want to think, well, we should be a teaching, or we should be in helping professions of some kind. Sometimes we're just not. There's just something that we're missing, right? Having the passion sometimes for a skill like that doesn't really. Not that that's what I do for my day hustle or anything, but I see it all. I see it a lot. So what is it, right? Sometimes teacher isn't necessarily direct teacher. Sometimes teacher is in classrooms. Sometimes teacher is a different sort of thing. So what is it? If you have the passion for it, where should you be putting that passion? And how do you want to kind of go about that? So 8 of shells, queen of feathers, 10 of shells, knight of acorns. So remember, shells is cups, feathers is swords, acorns is wands, water. Really cold, weak tea. So the 8 of shells, the 8 of cups, it might mean that you do need to kind of leave behind and go on a little bit of a soul-searching journey for this thing that maybe you've started to put a little bit of passion and a little bit of energy, right? The 8 of shells or 8 of cups is that sort of walking away energy and sort of beginning a different quest or going in sort of a different direction. And some of that is going to be really looking for this queen of feathers, this sense of perception and truth. Right? What is it? What's the true nature of your teaching? Is it classroom teaching? Is it college level teaching? Is it running courses or workshops and kind of non-schooling settings? What is that teaching bug or gene? Or maybe it's a YouTube channel or maybe whatever it is, but you really need to get down to that core, that nature of what it is that you want to accomplish in what you want to teach. So that your first lesson about how to not be a dumbass would be a great YouTube video. Like, here's 3 tips on not being a dumbass today. So I probably should watch that on a pretty regular morning basis. And so how does it, once you can kind of figure out what your teaching path is and in what direction you need to kind of move it in. So again, it might not be the traditional teaching. We saw Austin's reading. He talked about how you want to change education, change the teaching way. So sometimes classroom teaching isn't exactly the right way to do that. 10 of shells talks about blessings and well-being. This is the 10 of cups. It's a sense of legacy and really starting to build your legacy as that empress, as that maybe non-traditional teacher, that carer and nurturer. But you do need to start, I think you need to start doing something, right? The Knight of Acorns is about action. It's about drive. It's about purpose. It's about being ready for change and ready to move in that direction. And so you got to be doing something. So quickly get to that sort of be the bat, right? Use your sonar, do some reach out, figure out what needs to be done. And what's missing, what do you want to teach, and how might you do that? But I think you need to figure that out quickly so that you can kind of start moving in that direction. I agree. I think the Two of Wands in reverse says you don't really have a solid direction here. You don't really have quite a way, and the bat tells you got to start putting some sonar out there. You got to start figuring out where the bumps are and where the walls are and where the bugs are, and you got to figure that out. And that's going to be the way that you need to figure it out. But it is a quest. You're going to need to give up, I think, on that sort of classroom teaching, that traditional teacher role that everybody thinks about, and figure out how you can be a teacher in lots of different ways. Leaders are teachers, supervisors are teachers, managers are teachers, coaches are teachers, mechanics are teachers, right? If they're doing it right. Not my mechanic. He's a ripoff. So there we go. There to the OnlyFans conversation. We threw the corset. But there is absolutely. So maybe that's what you need to be teaching. I don't know, Alex. I'm just saying. So the candle talks about truth, knowledge, illumination, and so there is again that nature of you have this ability to illuminate others, to bring others to truth, others to knowledge. And you can do that because it's part of your soul. So yes, we're talking about intimacy, and sometimes we talk about intimacy as sexuality and sensuality, but intimacy is also who we are in our core self. And so it is going to be about that. I think the Kraken, as my mod Claudia dubbed him, the Kraken. The Kraken is the hidden pitfalls and dangers in your quest, in your journey. And I think that they're not so hidden here. I think that they're just all too common, that you overlook them. Like, I want to be a teacher, therefore I get to teach a degree in teaching. I go to work in a school, I have my soul crushed. It's like a 2-year cycle, and then, you're working in a store somewhere. And so I'm not saying that that's always the case. I'm just saying it's a case enough of the time. So avoid some of maybe the common perceptions of what teaching is and start looking at some non-traditional stuff. So that's what I got. That's what I got, Alex.
All right. All right. So here's what my intuition is picking up on this, Alex. It's not really so much being you in like a teacher in a classroom setting. More like I see that you have like a prominence in like government and changing education through government. I do
Oh,
see that you have like a this is something that my intuition was like picking up on. Like you have you can have political authority over education. So I do see that you can go into politics here, and you can like you can run for school board, and you can change education through that. So
right. Lots of ways to be a teacher, right?
yes, there is lots of ways to be a teacher here. So so let's pick another question.
Yeah, Anthony made a donation, I guess, but
You did. PayPal just like share info. Let me check if he made that donation.
will you do that? I'll read Crystal's question. When will she hear from Steven? You check that. I'll do this. Oh, I'm reading. I'm pulling him upside down. I don't pull him upside down. Like I was looking at him as I was like do. I like that one. Let's pull that card. What's it gonna take for you to hear from Steven again? Like, what's it gonna take? Ace of Feathers, Ace of Acorns, Justice, and the Ten of Feathers. Right. I think when will you hear from him again? I think when things get clear for Steven, for you. The Ace of Feathers talks about that opportunity, but it talks about mental clarity. It talks about kind of seeing things a little bit more clearly. And I think both of you need to kind of get your heads clear a little bit. That's what Spirit's showing me. Like, get your head clear. And that's going to be the thing that kind of creates an opportunity for you to kind of come together and have that discussion. The Ace of Acorns, Justice, Ten of Feathers, right? So there's, some of this clarity is really, I'm not even going to talk about the Ace of Acorns. It's confidence, it's creative force, but I'm going to focus on the Ram, right? Someone's stubborn as fuck. Like, sorry, I used the swears. All right, someone is stubborn. One of you, Crystal, one of you, Stephen, one of you is stubborn, and you got to get clear about that. There's got to be some justice. There's got to be some coming together. There's got to be some balance and some truth in this conversation. That's what the clarity is all about. You got to kind of have that resolution. I think you need that space to kind of achieve this and work through the stubbornness, work through the balance, work through the clarity. And the Ten of Feathers talks about when that's possible, that there is that sense of sort of recovering and being done with the drama, and you can kind of level up and move into the next area. So now we can move on to Anthony. Fill in the time.
Anthony didn't donate, so
oh, bummer.
Says he's having trouble doing it.
Oh, bummer.
All right. So here's what I'm seeing with the astrology of this situation, Crystal, is that with the sun in Sagittarius, you are focused on other people at the moment. You're focused on the future at the moment. Not really focused on Stephen at the moment. So it shows that you are kind of focused on yourself at the moment, focused on your own future, with the sun in Sagittarius, and focusing, moving on, making that movement towards the future here. And this is in the first house, so this is your energy coming in. So this is what you're focused on. You're focused on moving. You're focused on moving on. Focused on getting towards that, being more optimistic, going towards a positive future here. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as a six of wands. So it shows that you are moving on towards a better future, moving on towards victory, towards your own victory here, towards going to the sunset here. So that's a better place. Now with the sun reversed, I do see that you're kind of like dissatisfied at the moment. You're kind of unhappy in your current situation. That this connection was pretty unhappy for you. Nine of Chalices reversed shows that it was you were unhappy here. That you weren't satisfied with the current connection that you had, with the nine of chalices reversed. With the Page of Wands, however, I do see that there is still that spark in you. There is still that passion. There is still some of that passion for Stephen here, with the Page of Wands. Now at the Ten of Pentacles, I do see that you are abundant where you are right now, and it does show that you're focused on creating a family, creating your own wealth here with the Ten of Pentacles. Now overall, when will you hear from Stephen again with the Knight of Chalices? I would say in months is when I'll say it's. So I do see that he will come to you again romantically, but it's gonna happen within months. So
It's a booty call.
Yeah. So he's definitely gonna come in with in months here. So hope this clarifies for you, Crystal, and thank you for your question.
Oh, hey Sunflower. Hey Ms. Wheats, what's up?
Hi, Raina, Judy, Kitty, how you guys doing?
All right.
All right, now with Anthony.
Anthony.
What happened? What happened with me and Capricorn Chick in the future? He is my old crush. What will happen with me and the Capricorn Chick in the future? She is my old crush. We just recontact on Facebook. All right. What will happen with Anthony and the Capricorn Chick in the future? It's my pleasure, Anthony. It's my pleasure, Crystal. All right. So here's what I'm seeing with the astrology of this situation here. So I see that with the South Node in Virgo is that you have a lot to learn, in terms of working with the person, in the connection. So I see that the Capricorns are going to be focused on creating their own business, focused on their own, and just like being ahead of the game here and focus on their career here. So that's what I see with the Capricorn. So now with you with the South Node in Virgo, I do see that the lesson here is that you have to do some self-improvement for yourself, because Capricorns want people to really be more disciplined, to be a bit more to take care of themselves more. So it shows that they want themselves to be more disciplined here, and it's in the second house. So I do see that you have to really improve upon your financial. You really have to improve upon your financial situation here. Um, with the second house. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as a Knight of Chalices. So I do see that you guys will head into that you will head into something romantic here with the Knight of Chalices. So it shows that there is going to be a love connection coming in, a romantic connection. Intimacy is going to be involved here. Nine of Chalices reversed. However, you're not gonna be sad. I see that this connection is going to be off to a rough start here. Really off to a rough start. Could be it's going to be starting off negative here with the Nine of Chalices reversed. So there's going to be a lack of happiness in this connection here. I'm feeling with the Nine of Chalices, and with the Sun reversed, it doubles on that, showing that it's you guys won't be happy with each other. Is what I'm seeing here. So there is that lack of happiness, and the Page of Chalices reversed is showing that you're struggling. You're struggling to express your emotions to this person. So really express your emotions, express how you feel to this person, and that will really improve upon this connection. With the Three of Pentacles, do expect that this that the Capricorn girl, the Capricorn woman that is coming in here is going to be workaholic, is going to be focused on their work, and focused on creating their own thing. So it shows that you're going to be making the effort in this connection, and she wants to put in the effort, so you have to put in the effort too. So I see that she likes when men put in the effort in the connections here, in their connections here with her. So because Capricorns want more stability in this connection, and they want more, and they want more to and they want people to work with them, not just like wait on them. So she wants somebody to work with. So I do see that you do need to work with her. Now, overall with the Knight of Pentacles, I do see that it's going to be that you guys have to move slow. You guys really, I do see that you guys have to start off slow. There's going to be slow movement coming in. So not really much movement coming in with the Knight of Pentacles, and I do see that you're going to be a bit more, that it's going to be more secure here. So and also she wants the money to move here. So so expect to really improve upon your finances here. Like I said, with the top node in Virgo in the second house. So hope this resonates with you, Anthony, and thank you for your question.
I don't know. These Facebook checks, what are you going to do? I mean, Facebook connections are dicey. they're dicey. Oh, we went to high school together. Hey, what's up? There is nobody from high school that's worth it anymore, unless you're already in still with them. All right. What's going on, Anthony? What do you need to be doing and focusing your energy on right now with this Capricorn woman, right? The Tower. Oh, man. Anthony, it's time to let it go, baby. It's time to let it go. I think Austin was being nice to you. I think Austin was saying, look, you got to do some work here, Anthony, and you got to, in order for this relationship to work, you got to do some work and kind of improve some financial situations. And then, bam, the Tower comes in and says, let it go. Just like you might not ever get to that point for your Capricorn friend. Be friends. Maybe that's where it's at. But here we can kind of see that there is this, I'm just going to take this justice card for myself. I'm just going to be like, I'm justice. All right, so the Page of Crystals is this ideas and discipline. So this very much echoes what Austin was saying, right? But it is about letting it go. But here's the reasons why, right? He's not wrong about doing the work. The work is good for you. Yeah, the Capricorn may be a motivator, maybe part of it, maybe part of kind of what spurs you or moves you on in your own life. But improving your own life is the thing that's going to improve your situation in love with this person or without this person, or partnerships or friendships or whatever it may be. And the Page of Crystals is the Page of Pentacles, right? And so here in the Spirit Song Tarot, it's about generating ideas. It's about being disciplined with those ideas. So we talked about that sort of Capricorn entrepreneurship energy. That's the Page of Crystals. So you need to be in that space for yourself, but I think you also need to let your Capricorn friend be in that space for themselves. You got to have some truth and clarity around this. There's a lot of misperceptions that I think are happening. Like Spirit's showing me a lot of shades of, you can't see my hands, shades, layers of shades and shields and mirrors that you're trying to perceive through. And Justice wants you to be clear about that. Justice wants you to make sure that you get down to looking at the situation in a balanced, fair way. What is accurate? What's really going to happen? Not so that you don't even. It's not even so much about not bothering this Capricorn woman. Although we shouldn't bother women on the internet. Like that should just be a thing we don't do. But also just so that your energy is protected for yourself. Because when you don't want to bother yourself. And I think ultimately you're going to reach this kind of mutual friendship. And I think that's maybe what that reconnection might be, is that sort of gratitude, fulfillment. This 9 of Cups energy might be, we're good friends. We can help each other out. We can have a good friendly conversation. But I don't get a sense from Spirit that this crush energy is going to lead to re-crushed energy. I don't know if that's the spiritual way to say. On my channel, we talk about it as smooshing. So I don't think this crush energy that you used to have is going to lead to smooshing right now. There may be no smooshing. Let the Tower says, don't smoosh. Work on this stuff. Like this, she may be very good for you. This woman may be very good for you to get your poop in a group, get your life on in a direction that you would feel comfortable and proud of. And that's what's going to open your heart to love and all that good stuff. So every time Sunflower shows up, there's muffins.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's out of hand. This has been going on for weeks. Like she sort of shows up and she's like, I'm here, and so is my muffin. What's up? All
right. Is there any more more questions coming in. Let me see if I could scroll up.
Yeah, who's gonna be our third kitty on the OnlyFans collaboration? Like, it's like twosomes, threesomes, and moresomes over and over. It's like, what is going on? What have you invited me to, Austin?
Hey, this is my channel here. So
I'm just playing. That's how it goes on my channel too. These crazy people. It's so fun. They make it a lot more fun. There we go. Jay's got a question.
Jay, advice from the cosmos and spirit guides, higher self. All right, advice for Jay. What advice do you have for Jay here?
Dr. Mystical does not have an account on OnlyFans. Let's just put that out there. Let's just look. Not yet. I mean, it's possible that I have the brand name over there. I have it everywhere else, but I don't have an account. I'm waiting, Kitty, to the introductory video will be a collab video.
All right, so here's what I'm seeing with the tarot. I'm getting a lot of that you're going through some troubles here with Saturn here. You're going through a lot of restrictions. You're going through a lot of limitations here because with the Saturn in Aquarius, it feels like there is a restriction. There are some restrictions in your friend groups here. So it shows that you're not getting along with friends. Shows that you're having trouble with friendships. You're having trouble with your groups, with your friend groups, your overall connections. That is happening. That is happening, and it's happening in the 11th house. So it's happening in your social circles. So I see a lot of trouble. In your friend. I don't see that you have a lot of friends here, because there is that restriction coming in with the Saturn in Aquarius in the 11th house. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as the six of chalices. Is that you need to recollect on the past. You need to I do see that you are doing some past reflection. You are doing some you're kind of looking back towards nostalgia here. And with the Six of Swords, I do see that you're trying to move on to it. You're trying to move on to a new place here. So I see that you have to do a transition. You have to move on to it. You have to transfer into a new place, into a new chapter in your life here. And it shows that here with the Six of Swords is that you're gonna take this journey with somebody else too. So cross that bridge with somebody else. Get somebody together. I see that you cannot do that by yourself here with the Six of Swords. Now with the Star reversed, shows that you're not doing any. It shows that you feel hopeless right now at the moment with the Star. So you feel like there is no hope. You feel like you can't go towards you feel like you can't go towards your dreams, like your dreams have been just like shot down one by one. So that's with the star reversed. Now with the three of wands reversed. However, you're not manifesting those dreams at the moment. You're not I don't see that um making your dreams happen. Nor are they coming to you. So shows that you're dealing with some impatience here, with the three of wands reversed. So it shows that you're kind of like losing hope here. And with the lovers reversed is that you're struggling to make decisions. You're struggling to make a decision at the moment. Make a decision on what is right for you. With the lovers reverse, and it shows that you're dealing with a lot of difficulties with relationships at the moment, with your love life, with the lovers reversed. Now overall, with the Nine of Wands, I do see that the main theme of this advice here is to persevere, is to go through the weeds, go through the pain, and do some rebuilding. So that's with the Nine of Wands. So you're going to be going through a lot of challenges. You're going to be going through a lot of the weeds. You're going to be going through the pain, and you just need to persevere and get through those challenges. And I see that you will be able to do it. But right now, things are a little tough for you, and you need to like really get your hope back up, get your hopes up, and not dwell in the past here. So hope this resonates with you, Jay, and thank you for your question.
Yeah, so what's happening, Jay? Persevere. What do you need to persevere to do? What's happening? What is going to happen? What comes next? What's on the other side of the perseverance? Four of Shells, the Emperor, Five of Shells, lots of good emotion stuff going on. So it's Four of Shells, Shells is Cups. Four of Shells, Shells is Cups. So Four of Shells, the Emperor, Five of Shells, and Awakening, which is, a major. And so, right, so I think this time for you in this perseverance time really is about doing some soul searching and some focus, right? So really kind of figuring out, you were meant to go through this time. You were meant to have this trouble, because this is the thing that kind of pulled you back and helped you to kind of realize what you needed to accomplish and what you needed to kind of reevaluate in your life. And the Four of Shells is really that card of kind of self-reflection and introspection and kind of figuring out what it is that, kind of where things went wrong, where things are going right, and where do you need to be going in your life. And that's going to lead you to this kind of really keen focus. And you're going to kind of come out of this with a really clear view of your vision, what's on your vision board for the next year. What are the goals that you want to accomplish? Get everything kind of in order so that you know what it is you're supposed to be marching to. And that's when you're going to start to see, I think once you kind of get this, and Spirit's showing me this is you writing it down, this is you getting clear about it, this is you living about it, maybe it's about developing a sigil for it, or some sort of magic, whatever that might be, whatever you need to kind of do, like get into... and a great awakening, right? Keep that awakening going, right? By developing that clear vision and putting your magic on that vision. That's going to lead to this continued sense of hope for you, this continued sense of renewal and enlightenment, that sort of iterative renewal cycle of wanting to kind of keep creating and keep going through and keep creating and keep going through and keep creating. But you got to get that vision up. And I think that's what the Emperor and the Four of Shells is soul searching, and this Emperor is really kind of about developing that vision and getting it honed and finely tuned so that you can kind of go out and accomplish it, right? You can be the kind of light in your life all of the time. And then just grand peacockness of the awakening, right? The sense of renewal and enlightenment and continual renewal and enlightenment, right? As the cycle turns. So. Yeah, you can follow me, absolutely. Don't forget to follow Sunflower's Muffin as well. You won't want to miss that. the saga. It's the Muffin Saga. Gee. I don't know what is going on. What is going on? My camera has turned. I have a mystery camera and it turns.
Do we have any more questions coming in? Okay, I'll pick Kristen's question. Is there a family member from my past in my home? Is there family members from Kristen's past in her home?
Unexpected house guests.
Is there any family members of Kristen's from Kristen's past in her home? And it's my pleasure, Jay. All right. All right, so here's what's going on with the astrology of this situation with the Mercury and Gemini, is that you are hearing those messages from those spirits. So you are there's definitely messages coming in from you from the spirit world in terms of this. And I do see that there is communication coming in with the spirits here. Now it's in the third house, so it shows that that there is communication going in. There is communication going on through the home, spiritual communication going on through the home. Now let's see what's happening with the tarot. All right, so I have the back. So let me just straighten out the cards here. Make a nice.
See, it's mystery cameras. They just turn on their own, right? Like.
I have the back of the deck energy as the nine of chalices reversed. So these spirits, So these spirits right here, with the Nine of Chalices reversed, they seem like they're in pain. They're not really satisfied where they are at the moment. So they're having trouble crossing over. So they feel like they're in pain. They're not happy. They're not happy with where they are at the moment. With the Nine of Chalices reversed. That's what they're trying to communicate to you. That's the back of the deck energy here. Now, with the Six of Pentacles reversed, I do see that they're having trouble exchanging that energy to you. That these spirits are having trouble exchanging that energy and trying to give you that energy with the Six of Pentacles reverse. Shows that you're kind of blocking that right now. You're blocking that energy coming in, they're trying to give you that, and they're trying to give you that communication here. Now with the sun reverse, it shows that these spirits are having a hard time here. There is that hard place that with the sun reversed. They're not happy where they are at the moment. So that's what they're trying to communicate. They're in a place of pain here, in a place of suffering here. So that's what the sun reversed here. Now with the three of pentacles, it does show that that the spirit that is residing there has worked on this home. It does show that it is somebody that has built the home, that has really made the home with the Three of Pentacles. I do see that somebody that made the home, spirit is there with the Three of Pentacles. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, I do see that the oh my God, Kitty. Oh my God. Oh.
I just really don't even have an answer for that. 3. Well, 47. 37. It's 37. The answer is 37, Kitty. 37 dicks.
Knight of Pentacles. I'm getting a lot of Earth energy here. So I do see that somebody that is in this home is an Earth sign. With the Nine of Pentacles, this could be a Virgo. This could be a Taurus or a Capricorn coming in. Most likely, I'm seeing Virgo here with this. So the person that's in this home is a Virgo. This person likes to work on things, likes to craft things. That's the spirit of this. That's the spirit inside this home. Now, overall, is there family members from your past in your home? With the Queen of Swords reversed, no. So you really don't know the truth to the situation. I do see that it was somebody that is from the house's past in this home. That's the spirit that's residing in that home. It's not somebody that was a family member in your past. That was a family member here. So hope this resonates with you, Kristen, and thank you for your question.
Kitty, my response was actually from Clerks. it's the 37, and I'm old enough that Clerks might make more sense to me, but 37. And then he says, hey, at least I wasn't 36. So, all right, so spirits in the house. You got ghosties in the house. I don't allow ghosties in my house. Don't allow ghosties in your house. I don't advise. 0 out of 10 do not recommend. So just, that's just kind of my thing. All right, so you're right, Alex is like, Alex, I feel the same way. I came back and things are wild. I don't know what happened. Sunflower is fixated. She's fixated, and she just drags everybody down. She drags us all into that fixation. All right, so what's happening? So Three of Crystals, and Austin talked about the Three of Pentacles. This is the same energy. It's collaboration, it's proactivity, right? This is a spirit that's going to be doing things and active in your house. So maybe that's how they were in real life, or maybe that's how they are paranormally, right? Maybe they're making themselves known all of the time. They're a busy little bee, and it seems Spirit showing me this a lot more in the kind of pre-dawn hours. It showed me night, and then it said pre-dawn hours. And I really do think, again, and I'm not just saying this because this is my personal belief. You can do what you want to do, but the cards are also showing that you really do need to kind of walk away from the spirit, right? The eight of shells, Eight of Cups is about renewal, and so this is going to be about figuring out who this person is and setting them free, or white lighting them and sending them on, or getting them out of the house. But it is going to be about kind of walking away from that spiritual stuff in the house. I'm not super red. You did this yesterday too, and you're like, he's super red. It's the camera, man. Oh, you guys are so funny. I'm a little warm. I'm flustered. I had to turn the heat on. It's cold here in Florida. Well, it's cold here for Florida. So it is going to be about walking away. So they're very, very active. It is going to be about kind of walking away. I think, though, the secret to that is figuring out what it is and who it is, and then kind of hearing their story and then moving them on into the next kind of phase of their life. And the reason for that is because ultimately the Four of Crystals is talking about security and safety, and that's your security and your safety. The Nine of Feathers really is telling you that you can do this yourself, that you don't need to have necessarily somebody come in and do this work for you, whatever it might be, a paranormalist or an exorcist or any of those things, that you really can do this yourself just by, I think, paying attention to the spirit, paying attention to what their story is, and helping them along their quest, along their path. So as Austin said, they have some unfinished business that needs to be taken care of. So let's finish that shit up. Let's move them on so that you can feel safe and secure in your home, because in my experience, ghosties are pleasant until they're not, and then that's when you're really going to start to have some problems. And so it's nice to keep them around for a bit. You think so, and then suddenly shit gets bad. So it's going to be about you needing to have some control and some security over your energy, your time, your resources in your life. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, you can go see how red I am on Instagram. Just wait until Kitty and I are on OnlyFans later. You see how red I am. Kitty and I can answer that question later.
All right, we're just gonna call for last reading here. All right. Spiritual reading for Sunflower.
She had a specific magical request, but we're not going to do that, aren't we, Austin? We're gonna stick to Spirit's guidance, Sunflower.
All right. Spiritual reading, spiritual advice for Sunflower. Spiritual advice for Luna here.
Oh, Ms. Wheats, those books I just got on sex magic and magical servitors. Yeah, I picked up the magical servitors and started reading on them. So, yeah, the sex magic books. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Apparently, his financial magic and sorcery is a good book too. So, yeah, I'll let you know how those go. I'll dive into them. She's pushing a reading now. She's telling you what the reading should say.
All right, so here's what I'm seeing with the astrology of this advice here from the cosmos. South Node in Virgo. So I do see that you have some self improvement lessons to learn here. So really be focused on your work. That is your past here. So really you are a hard worker here, and so that's what the South Node in Virgo. So showing that you have a lot of lessons to learn in terms of self improvement with the South Node in Virgo, and that's in the 10th house. So I see that it's related to your career, that you need to that you want to perfect on your career here, perfect on your future, um, and make it better um, with the 10th house. So that's with the astrology. Now I have the back of the deck energy here as the King of Swords, so it shows that you have to that you want to get your stuff together here, your shit together with the King of Swords, and start going towards the truth here. Start being truthful, and focus on the truth here. Now with the King of Pentacles reversed, shows that you're having trouble with your with your money here. Shows that you're having trouble with security here, with your finances, and shows that you're having trouble with your career here, with the King of Pentacles reversed. So really, when I see the King of Pentacles reversed, it shows that you're dealing with a lot of restriction. You're dealing with a lot of control here, with the King of Pentacles reversed. It's that there's a lack of control. Now at the Five of Swords reversed, shows that you're conflict avoiding here, trying to avoid conflict, trying to avoid defeat here. So that's why you're losing control. That's why you're losing control of the situation. That's why the situation is in control of you. These financial situations are in control of you. So shows that you're not in control. You're in control. The situation is in control of you. So with the Seven of Wands reversed, it feels like you've given up the fight. Feels like that you've let down your guard, and you really can't get back up and defend yourself. So really defend yourself here. Now with the Moon, I do see that there is some hidden things going on here. That there is some secrecy that you have. There are some secrets that you have with the Moon. So that's why you've let down your guard, and you're kind of holding secrets from people. Don't hold those secrets here. So that's with the Moon. Now overall with the Fool, I do see that you want to jump into a certain thing in your career. That's the theme I'm getting here with the Fool, is that take on opportunities, take on adventures, go on adventures, and just do stuff, and be adventurous. So that's with the Fool. Hope this resonates with you, Reina, and thank you for your question.
She says she's tired of learning the lessons. That's because you haven't learned the lesson. Like that's why we get tired of it. I listen. I get it. I understand. I'm slow AF on picking things up. Oh, all right. Spiritual guidance. That sounds familiar. Not Sunflower. Not that I read you yesterday or anything, but there was a lot of kind of getting some control over some of the finances for this goal you're working on. So what else is happening? What else is happening for you? So Queen of Feathers, 2 of Crystals, 3 of Acorns, the Hermit. The Hermit. Maybe you got to do a lot of this on your own. Maybe it's a little self-smooshing in all the aspects of your life. But so kind of it really is just about finding out what your truth is right now, Sunflower. Like that's the thing that you really need to be focused on. The Queen of Feathers is finding out her truth. She's ready to deal with those issues, maybe do that introspection, maybe be doing those thinking. It's notable here that the bat is working and operating in the dark and putting out sonar and putting out other perceptions to try to understand the world in a different way. But the perception and the truth that you're seeking is really kind of in and around yourself. So to that point of you are learning the lessons over and over again because you need to still learn the lesson. And so that's part of what the Queen of Feathers kind of wants you to get to. And part of what you need, and here we have crystals come up. This is the financial resources thing, that things are a little bit in fluid, and it's time for you to kind of start to find some balance. And I do think that you're out of control of that situation, not because you're not able to control it, just because the situation probably right now is fluid and is out of control. Maybe it has to do with just the project you're working on is big and is kind of big and amorphous and hard to get your hands around. So working to find as much balance as you can in that situation is really going to be helpful. I think these two things are almost a little bit separate. I mean, the overlap or the intertwining of these things really is maybe about dealing with this big financial project that you're working on is somehow related to you kind of being ready for life and being ready for the next stage or next season of your life. You do, in order, I think, to find that balance, we've got the 3 of Acorns, which is the 3 of Wands, which is really kind of looking out or looking above, right? The little giraffe, our little giraffe friend here. So Giraffe is really talking about you kind of rising above and getting that view, seeing things in a longer sense. So where you're kind of real close to the finances, maybe you need to back up a little bit and see, maybe you need to see things a little bit further away instead of managing the day-to-day finances of the situation that you're facing. Maybe see a little bit further down the road and give up some of the nitty-gritty, the day-to-day, so that you can accomplish the bigger goals. Ultimately, what I think happens by getting all of this kind of in control is you're going to find yourself in this hermit role. You're going to find yourself being smarter, wiser. You're going to know a little bit more because you've done a little bit more, and you're going to be able to share that wisdom with others. I get a real strong sense of legacy out of this, not just your legacy, but it is your legacy, but it's not just what people what people remember about their interactions with you, but the passing down to your children. What did you learn that you can pass on down to them? And so this move or whatever is going on in your life is absolutely important spiritually, but I think it's the finances that you're dealing with, the worldly that you're dealing with right now. Absolutely get that under control. When you do, I think you're going to see the spiritual guidance really kind of become real clear for you. So hopefully that makes sense.
Boop, boop. All right, so that was the last reading for tonight, guys. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining me on the stream. Thank you, Dr. Mystical, for being on the stream.
Hey, thanks for inviting me. I had a lot of fun.
And welcome to the Astro-Ascension Tarot community here. So.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining me. I have please subscribe to Dr. Mystical. He does readings on his channel, and he does tarot on his channel. And also, guys, I have readings available if you want a personal reading from me, I have my Google form available to get readings from me. And also, if you guys like this channel and you want to support even more, I have t-shirts available for you to purchase on Bonfire, merchandise to purchase there. So thank you all for joining me. And Dr. Mystical, do you have any last words?
No, just thank you for having me, Austin. I had a lot of fun, and thanks everybody for being here and having a lot of fun. And I mean, you can go on over to OnlyFans for Kitty and I to collaborate, but I don't know if you're going to see us. It's a secret. But thank you for having me.
All right,
Honestly,
so,
I enjoyed being here. Thank you so much for that.
all right, so thank you all for joining us. God bless you all, and have a great rest of the night.